G'day everyone, and welcome back to Retrospectreviews. Now, you've probably noticed I haven't been really uploading a lot of videos. I thought I should let you guys know why I've been absent. A few people who watch my videos have already known, but for those who don't know, in January my mother passed away from cancer. It was a very quick diagnosis and a very quick passing. It took us all a little bit by surprise, and we were fairly shell-shocked. Unfortunately, before we even had the chance to process and grieve that loss, my grandmother, my mother's mother, passed away as well of old age, I guess is probably the easiest thing to say. Now, my mother and grandmother were two of the most influential people in my life. They were the ones that brought my first computers. The mother brought me the Tandy Coco 3 and my grandmother brought me a Commodore 64. They were my biggest supporters and it always encouraged me to follow my dreams. Be it computer programming or just computers in general or anything along those lines, to filmmaking, to even being a great movie buff. My mother was a huge movie buff, especially with science fiction. She's the one that introduced me to a lot of science fiction stuff. So I have a deep, Mum and me were very close. And along with my grandmother. I've looked after my grandmother for 20 years. Before I ended up getting married, where my mother then took over that role of looking after my grandmother. But the three of us were super close, probably closer than a lot of people. My childhood, a lot of my childhood memories are days and hours spent with both my grandmother and mother together. We would go op shopping. We would go see movies together. And most of my passions in this life of mine come from spending time with those two people. So, as you can imagine, YouTube has taken a bit of a setback. But I'm hoping next week I can get back into it. I'm hoping to do a pickups video and show you some of the stuff I did pick up in between funeral visits and funeral directors and banks and all the other rigmarole that goes with finalising somebody's life. But so that's what's been happening in my world the last couple of months. Something I'm pretty not okay with and wish didn't have to do. But yeah. Anyhow, as my mother always told me, keep going forward and things will get better in the end. Anyhow, that's just a little bit of what's been happening in my world. And I'll catch you next week. Bye from me.